4. Hey, what's up guys? This is Andrew Mil-Spec with Combat Training. Today's video we're going to be talking about Glock Blue Label and the GSSF program. So, what Glock Blue Label is it's a discount program for military, law enforcement, first responders, and we'll go down the list of who all is eligible, and I'll put a link in the description for that. And what it does is it will save you, up to a couple $100 on a brand new Glock. So it'll bring the price of a brand new gun down to the price of a used gun, or even lower sometimes. From what I've seen, usually it's actually lower if you're just getting a standard Glock. So what that price difference is like when I worked at a gun store, we would sell a Gen 5 Glock 19 with the marigold sights on it for about $650 new, and then on the Blue Label program they were only $510. And then if you got a standard Glock 19 Gen 5 with the Palmer sights, the Blue Label price would have been $425, where the new price was $550 or higher. So you save a good amount of money there. Now, keep in mind too, not all stores that sell Glocks are Blue Label dealers. So I'm going to put a link in the description. You type in your zip code and figure out where the nearest Blue Label dealer is closest to you. And when you search that, also make sure you give them a call, see if they have that gun in stock. And the reason being is that not all Glocks are the same when it comes to Blue Label. So the Blue Label guns, the box actually has a Blue Label just like that, where usually you'll see a red or a white label on the normal Glock. So just because they have Glock 19s in stock doesn't mean they have Blue Label Glock 19s in stock. So you can call them and see what they actually have, because they may have a billion Glock 19s and none on Blue Label. So give them a call first and make sure that they have what you need. Now, the next thing is who is eligible, right? So let's talk about that. I'm going to pull up the list real quick. So sworn law enforcement officers, including federal, state, county, and city. Also includes retired law enforcement. So if you're law enforcement, or if you're retired law enforcement, you are eligible for Blue Label. EMTs, firefighters, volunteer firefighters, and paramedics. Military personnel, including reservists, National Guard, and retired military. Now, my first time making a Blue Label purchase, I had already served my time in the military. But if you're in the military, you actually make an 8-year commitment, even if you do like a 4-year contract. So imagine I had like close to a year before I went to boot camp, and then after boot camp I fulfilled my enlistment, just over 4 years, and then there was close to 3 years on that back end where I was in the inactive reserve, right? So I was technically a reservist, even though I was growing my beard and not having to go to formation or anything like that. The fact that I had a reservist ID made me eligible for Blue Label, which a lot of guys don't know. I didn't even realize that till a guy at the store was like, wait, you got a reservist ID, you're good to go. And I was like, oh, okay. So if you're still on that IRR time, you're good to go for Blue Label. Other people who are eligible are corrections officers, including parole, and probation officers, state licensed security companies, so like Loomis and Ram. By the way, don't join Loomis from what I have seen. And then court judges, LE Academy candidates, Law Enforcement Academy candidates, and then the GSSF coupon recipients. So if you're one of those guys, you get 2 Blue Label purchases a year. And also, if you're military but not retired, if you're just a veteran but you're not retired, usually Glock has, at least for the past couple of years, put up a Blue Label purchase available to all veterans around Veterans Day, so you may be able to pick one up at that time as well. But let's say you're not any one of those. One thing you can do is become a member of the GSSF, the Glock Shooting Sports Foundation. So when you do that, I just did a 2-year, right? 2-year membership, and what that gets me is 1 coupon each year for 2 years. And you can do it longer, you can do a lifetime. If you want to save money and buy a Glock every year, just do a lifetime because you pay it off in just a couple of years, and then you just keep buying Glocks, and eventually they're paying for themselves, stuff like that. But when you join GSSF, you can call them. I'll put the phone number in the description. You can sign up there, or if you want to do the paper route, you can go through, fill it out, email it to them. That was kind of annoying, so I just called them and got it done in just a couple minutes, and I received my stuff from them in the mail in just a few days. So let's just talk about what I got. Cool little Glock Professionals training brochure. I got this thing right here, which has the membership card, and then that was the coupon. Tear that off, bring it in, and that goes with them when you purchase your gun. And then magazine, buyer's guide, and another magazine. Cool stuff in there, and the coolest thing right here is a nice little bag. And think about it, I paid $60 for a 2-year membership, and if you think about it this way, that means if I pay $425 for a blue label Glock, then I'm gonna end up switching out the sights on and stuff later. $425 plus $30 because I'm gonna buy 2 of them, and that $60 will get split up between those 2. Then we're looking at $455, and if it were brand new, I basically saved $100 right there. And that goes towards awesome sights. And right now I'm using Trijicon HD XR, so expect a video on those. But yeah, guys, not everyone knows about Glock Blue Label, so I wanted to make sure everyone was informed the best I can. If you're currently in the military, go ahead and use that up. Just get a Glock 19, even though you don't have training on it. You can just get it now, and then whenever you have a chance, you have leave, go get training on a pistol. Don't rely on military training because they're pretty far behind the power curve when it comes to pistol, and generally only special forces guys actually know how to use them. But yeah, and if you're looking to get your first pistol, go ahead and sign up for the GSSF and get yourself a 19 with that discount. Alright guys, take care, be safe, and remember that training saves lives.